Here's a look at the Atlantic Hockey postseason bracket. Number 11, Robert Morris, with the only upset of the opening round. They beat Bentley in overtime. They get the top-seeded RIT Tigers. The 2 seed is Holy Cross, battling it out with Sacred Heart, hosting Canisius in a rematch of last year's championship. AIC goes to Air Force for a best-of-3 in Colorado Springs. And here in Fairfield, it's Sacred Heart and Niagara. Game 1
get ready to dissolve
of the
out
best-of-3.
dissolve out. Nice
tonight.
movement too.
Let's go ringside to the third member of our broadcast
Camera 1,
team,
can you shoot
McKenna,
McKenna, please? Open up her mic.
The wait is over and playoff hockey
Ready, 1,
is
and
here 371
dissolve.
days later, and the
Ready,
Purple
ID,
Eagles are
McKenna,
back
right?
to try and steal the
And
Pioneers
dissolve on her lower
playoff thunder. Niagara head coach Jason Lammers tells me with 1 playoff win already under their belts, they're excited to still be playing hockey. He says that tonight's game could easily come down this opening 20 right here. Pioneers associate head coach Scott
Ready, camera 3, stay with the coaches, please.
He says his team is prepared to be here until Sunday. He said that they know this Niagara team is going to score, and it's about taking back that momentum, saying, quote, home ice only matters if you take advantage of it. And back to you guys in the booth.
All right, great stuff, McKenna. It's a great opportunity, Timmy. Sacred Heart and Niagara one more time this year. Developing rivalry for CJ Maritolo and the Pioneers after last year. And of course, Sacred Heart jumping to the MAC in most sports. Next year we'll be taking on Niagara in basketball and all the other sports that the MAC sponsors. So I think we got a rivalry here, Niagara and Sacred Heart.
I agree, and I think McKenna said it best. The first 20, you know, in these playoff series, especially in 3-game series, 5, 7 games, whatever it may be, the first period of the first game is super important for both teams because it's their way of trying to dictate the series, let the other team know this is what it's going to be like. So again, that's why I think there's going to be a great 20 minutes here. A lot of compete, a lot of speed, a lot of physicality.
Niagara 16-16-3 overall. They finished 13-10-3 in Atlantic hockey, going 8-3-2 in the second half of the season in conference play. Mark Cherametta back. He only had 1 goal, but he really dictated the pace on the line with John Jaworski and Captain Braden Tuck. They're together again. He was chomping at the bit to get back. He worked hard for this opportunity to play in the postseason for Sacred Heart. They start with Dante Fantuzzi and Hunter Sansbury on the blue lines. Puck is dropped. Connor Milmock through the hit. Transfer from Alaska Fairbanks.
Yep, there it is. Ready, yep, back it up a little bit more. Yep, right here. Ready, red. Get ready to effect a roll. And effect a roll and go super slow, Sam.
Have a look at it.
Nice.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here on Ibrahim, I believe, from number 14.
Oh, yeah.
Comes pretty high.
He does.
That's definitely what they're reviewing.
Ready, camera 3, and effect out.
Come up there with the shoulder, elbow.
Nice replay, Sam.
Chin.
Good track.
Now, you played on this team last year. What goes into the communication? And what are you hearing on the bench as a player when one of these reviews happens?
Yeah, when you're ringside, when you're actually playing in the game, you know, you have a pretty good idea as to what they're reviewing right on the spot. And then it's all just kind of as to what you see there. You know, people are just kind of telling each other, you know, thought it was high, whatever it may be. But there's obviously a reason as to why the coach is going to review that, is because they know they saw something. So again, you know, refs are taking quite some time with this call here.
Can you give me a little shot of the officials?
Is there some communication between the coach and the player who received that hit? Like, hey, did you get that elbow in the face?
At the scorer's table, yep.
What you felt and kind of a level of trust and communication, because it's a big call. CJ Maritolo going for a challenge right now. Otherwise, he loses his timeout.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, the coaches more times than not have an idea beforehand. But again, sometimes the player will come back to the bench. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, that was right to my face. You know, it's pretty blatant. But in this case, we have 5 on 5.
Ready, 2, take 2.
So the Pioneers challenge early.
Ready, 1, and
really their first whistle. And they go to the challenge. And they don't get the review in their favor. So now CJ Maritolo and the Pioneers have lost their timeout for the game.
That's crazy.
They challenge again and lose that challenge. It's a 2-minute delay game penalty.
What's ever highlighted. It's only what's ever highlighted.
Fantuzzi receives the pass from Tuck. He gives to Jaworski. John Jaworski had a nice year in the regular season, 10 goals, 14 assists. Braden Tuck looking to get in the goal column again. It's been 14 games. Tuck held to 4 goals this year, 15 points, 11 assists.
Ready,
trying to get in that goal column here in the postseason.
Yeah, just to chime off with what you said before about John Jaworski, I said before the game that these guys are going to look at, the veteran leadership, the older guys, the more experienced guys are going. One of those guys, without a doubt, is John Jaworski. John Jaworski is fast, he's strong, he's physical, he shoots the puck, he plays both ways. Definitely, that's going to be another guy for the Pioneers. Going to be extremely important for the series.
Kevin Lombardi getting into it with Lars Rodney on the face-off. The officials tonight, referees are Brendan Blanchard and Chris Levitt.
Nice call there, too.
Linesman Dylan Lewis and Josh Cleary.
Ready one. And
they're telling them, it's early on, guys. It's going to be potentially a long series. Clean it up. Fourth line out there.
It's all good.
Robbins looking to pull it back for Hanzawa.
I think he broke the switcher again.
The face-off won by Pro Raincrofts. And turned over. Adamson steps up on the steal. Adamson's tripped. Sacred Heart goes to the power play. A delayed call here as Dumas holds Cherametta, the extra attacker, with Robbins going to the bench. The puck out of play. 6:09 to go in the first. Sacred Heart gets a full 2 minutes on the power play.
That was great anticipation
by
Mike
Red.
Adamson.
Get ready
He's
to
in the
affect
neutral
and roll.
zone. He's going to stay in between the dots.
Roll.
He's starting to sag back a little bit. Then you're going to see that little flip here. Anticipates a short flip. He's actually able to intercept that. Makes a really nice weight shift, too, across the slot, which ultimately allows Niagara to be able to hook him there. So
you can put up power play
great anticipation by Mikey Adamson. Great job. And, again, it's really important 2-minute power play for Sacred Heart.
Pro Raincrofts to the bench. Or to the box, I should say. He's .593 on the face-off this year. So he's not out there for the PK. Sacred Heart with 6:05 to go in the first. Looking to break through here on the man advantage.
Ready one, take one.
Sporting the chrome domes for the playoffs. Tripping on Pro Raincrofts. The Pioneers win the faceoff. Mikey Adamson shoots. Glove saved by Fisk. Tuck going to the front of the net. A little moving screen.
Ready three. Take three.
It's a good shot by Adamson there to be able to take the middle of the ice and almost.
And effective roll.
Again, these shots on the point here, you're going to see from Adamson, it's not necessarily a hard shot. It's not a rifle of a shot here, but for him, he's just trying to get the puck through the layers. It's ultimately up to Sacred Heart, especially their bumper guy and their net front guy, to be able to take 2 layers of vision away from Jared Fisk. That way, it makes it extremely hard for him to be able to track that puck coming from the blue line.
Braden Tuck, the net front presence as it goes back door. Tuck it.
There it is. Push in.
Walsh hit him.
Ready two. Take 2.
1-0 Sacred Heart.
Hasn't scored a goal. Ready 3.
It's the guy that you need to get going. Is Braden Tuck. Again, he's a guy that you're going to look for in a series like this. A guy that shows up in the big games. Almost seemed like a set play there off the face-off, but unbelievable play, unbelievable finish.
You got a replay, Sam?
Game number 156 as a Sacred Heart Pioneer. His 33rd career goal.
It's okay.
5th of the season and first since early January.
Yeah, again, it seems like a really good play here. Almost seems like a set. It's going to go down to the wall, and then we're actually going to go east to west down through the goal line, and then Walsh makes an unbelievable pass in front of the net to Braden Tuck.
Anderson will keep it along the wall with 3 seconds. Tuck trying to keep it there. Carlin, one shot. Saved by Robbins.
Nice pushing. Ready 2.
Right at the horn. And Sacred Heart wins the first period and goes to the locker room up 1-0 on a power play goal by Braden Tuck.
Ready 4.
Yeah, I think you saw 2 tails that period almost.
I
thought in the first 5-6 minutes or so, I thought Niagara brought a really good energy in that first 5-6 minutes. Brought obviously a lot of physicality throughout that first period. But then I think after that first 2-minute power play from Sacred Heart, I think it started to shift a little bit towards their side. I think you started to see Sacred Heart was really efficient on the rush. They were really good in the D zone, really good breaking the puck out.
Cameras, give me some stalls here. Ready 2.
Handling that forecheck by Niagara.
Ready 2, take 2.
And then ultimately, obviously scoring that goal by Braden Tuck was a big part of that first period.
McKenna Wright talked about it with Scott McDougal about how in playoff hockey, everything's pretty even, so you've got to take advantage of your special teams, and Sacred Heart did.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, special teams, both penalty kill, both power play. We obviously saw both special teams for both teams in that period. You want to make sure that you have your systems down for the penalty kill. You also want to make sure that you got your plays down, you got your sets down for that power play. It ultimately just creates momentum throughout the game, when you have good special teams going.
Shots on goal favored Sacred Heart in the first period, 11-6. And Tuck able to get on the board when it's been a while. You're used to scoring goals.
Double check by
big is that
right here
for Braden Tuck to get on the board?
Yeah, they almost call it like getting the monkey off your back. You know, sometimes you see players, they don't score for a while, they score a goal, they actually physically in their celebration take the monkey off their back. So again, it's very important. You know, not only for the team to be able to see a guy who hasn't scored in a while, to be able to get on the score sheet, it's also really important for Tuck as well to be able to carry his own momentum throughout the game and throughout the series.
McKenna Wright is standing by with associate head coach
the
Scott
floor.
Coach, you told me at the top of this game that you guys were expecting
Get ready to Zav on his lower
physicality
third. Get ready for a push in the
expecting this level of physicality, and how would you feel your teams responded to it?
Yeah, I mean, that was the first period we thought we were going to get. They played hard, we played hard. I thought both teams had some good pushes. You know, I thought overall we responded to them. You know, I thought it was a slow couple first shifts. You know, coming off a bye, they came off a game. Took us a little bit to get into it. I thought the last 15 minutes we dictated the play and had a good period.
Leading after 20 in playoff hockey, how big is that for your team?
Yeah, I mean, we have a veteran group here. I mean, up or down, we want to play the exact same way. So, obviously, inevitably, it's great to have a lead. I thought we had a good period, got a power play goal. It's good to see. And we're going to build off that. We're going to keep playing like it's 0-0.
Absolutely. Good luck in the second. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, ready, camera 3, and Zav the 3.
Thank you very much, McKenna.
Break score, please.
Coming up on the intermission show, Evan Cormier hosts.
Ready, commercial break.
He's got John Bosty, the head coach of Sacred Heart Men's Lacrosse, looking to make noise in the MAC this year. In the Atlantic Hockey Playoffs, Sacred Heart has the lead at the intermission, 1-0 after 20 minutes from our Family Arena.
And take commercial, open up blue, mute everything else. And roll communication. Awesome. Morning break.